Welcome to Toastmasters 101, Prepared Speaking, Speeches, and Meeting Roles. My name is Mike Grady. I've been a Toastmaster for over 20 years, and I have earned the Distinguished Toastmaster Award. In this video, I'm going to share some of the lessons I have learned to help you make the most of your Toastmasters membership. So let's get started. Ben Franklin was a founding father, scientist, writer, statesman, and much more. But we probably remember him best from the clever sayings he printed in Poor Richard's Almanac. I bet you can recite some of them off the top of your head. Let's try. I'll start, you finish. Early to bed and early to rise. A penny saved. Never put off till tomorrow. Now here is one you may not be familiar with, but that I hope you remember. Do nothing, and nothing happens. Do something, and something happens. That simple wisdom is especially true in Toastmasters. Toastmasters works by using its time-proven system of study, action, and feedback. I call Toastmasters the gym for communication and leadership skills. Now, I've been to a gym to exercise many times. I noticed three types of people there. First, there are those who are nicely dressed in their new gym clothes, who do a lot of socializing, and occasionally an exercise. Then there are those who wander from one station they like to another station they like and simply go through the motions. Finally, there are those who are all business. They come in with a plan, push themselves to the limit at every station, and keep track of their progress in a journal. It's obvious which one of these three benefits most from their time at the gym. This gym for communication and leadership skills works the same way. In order to make the most of your membership, you need to participate in everything Toastmasters offers and give your best each time you do. The first goal of every Toastmaster is to earn their Competent Communicator and Competent Leader awards. To achieve these awards, you need to complete 10 speech projects and 10 leadership projects. Most of the leadership projects require completing several different tasks, and you can only earn credit for one task per meeting. So where do you begin? I'm going to give you a specific plan so you will be prepared to practice speaking and leading and earn credit toward one of these awards at every club meeting. First, let me tell you where this program came from. My club meets twice a month. A few years back, we had one of those periodic 3-week breaks between meetings. The next meeting fell on a holiday, and it turned into a 5-week break between meetings. To make good use of this break, I asked my members to dedicate 1 hour a week to Toastmasters so they would be prepared to make the most of every opportunity when we returned. I'm going to share with you what I asked them to do. And if you commit to 1 hour a week for 1 month, or 1 hour a day for 1 week, you can complete these steps and set yourself up for success in Toastmasters too. How do I know? I've done everything I'm about to share with you. The first thing you need to do is get organized. Get a 3-ring binder and some dividers and set up a tab for every possible role in your club. For my club, that's Invocation, Word and Joke, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster, Master Evaluator, Grammarian, and Timer. You will also set up a tab for a speech bank and one for your speeches. Then all you need to do is fill the binder and bring it to every meeting. I bring mine to every meeting I attend, and I am always ready to serve in any role. You can easily complete yours, and here is how you will do it. Step 1, Hour 1. Create a speech bank. The biggest speed bump to progress in completing speeches is topics. What should I talk about? The answer to that question is simple. The best source of speech topics is you. Your life experiences are easy to speak about. You live them and you know them. So to fill your speech bank, take 6 blank sheets of paper and label them. Things you've done, things you've learned, things you've seen, things you've heard, things you've wanted to know, and things that have sparked your interest. Then, find a quiet place, clear your mind, and set a timer for 1 hour. As you look at each heading, write down whatever comes to mind. Don't question its speech value. One thought will spark another, and in 1 hour, you'll probably generate enough ideas for 50 speeches. Later, if you think of another idea for a speech or see something that interests you, add it to your list. Where do you think professional speakers get all their stories? When they have an interesting experience, they make a note of it and use it in future presentations. You should do the same. I'm always on the lookout for speech topics in my experiences and in things I read, see, and hear. For example, I saw a commercial for the Summer Olympics that gave me an idea. A female diver was looking down at the pool from the top platform, and then they showed how far down the water was from her perspective. Then she looked into the camera and said, "This is going to be cool." Cool. Not exactly what I was thinking, and probably not what most people were thinking. Then I thought, we should all have that attitude when we face something that scares us. Overcoming a fear is cool. I added it to my speech bank under things that have sparked my interest. I might develop it into a speech, or I might use it as an anecdote within a speech, as I just did. Develop a habit of looking for and recording speech ideas, and you'll see that your life experiences provide speech material every day. I'd like you to get your speech bank started right now. In a moment, please pause this video and write down the speech bank headings. Then restart the video and we'll work on it together. Pause the video now. Okay, I hope you're ready. Let's take a few minutes to write down some possible topics on your speech bank. Just look at the headings and write down whatever comes into your thoughts. I'll read from mine as you work to help you think of your own experiences. Under things I've done, I have delivered newspapers, went to summer camp, collected stamps, coins, matchbooks, concert tickets, built a model train track, worked in a bowling alley, became a parent, organized a 50th wedding anniversary party, helped organize a high school reunion, traveled by car, train, bus, and plane, traveled throughout the U.S., to Mexico and Canada, Europe, South America, and Asia, joined a business fraternity, got hazed, worked in commodities, invested in stocks, recorded my family history, volunteered at school, tried to get on Millionaire, built a house, sold a house, owned dogs, hamsters, chameleons, and fish, refinished furniture, caught a marlin. Under things I've learned, computing, investing, golf, poker, and bridge. Under things I've seen, the NCAA basketball tournament, President Ford in my hometown, an attempted purse snatch, the Rock of Gibraltar, Alhambra, castles in Wales, Brazilian slums, the Statue of Liberty, a fish boil. Under things I've heard, my dad's stories about World War II and the Depression. Under things I'd like to know more about, bird watching, classical music, European history, interpreting dreams, digital photography. Under things that have sparked my interest, an advertisement with a picture of a small child climbing a brick fence to see what was behind it. In the corner, the caption said, "Stay curious." A picture of a woman who owns a snowshoe business. Behind her is a sign that says, "When was the last time you did something for the first time?" Well, I hope you see how useful this exercise can be and complete your speech bank later. Then, be alert so you can add to it every week. Now you're ready for step 2. Prepare your next speech. Step 2, hour 2. Prepare your next speech. The first thing you should do is read your speech project twice to make sure you understand your assignment. Toastmasters speech manual has been reviewed and improved for over 80 years. It's a wonderful resource of everything you need to know to be an effective public speaker, but you have to read it. After you've read your project, look through your speech bank and select an appropriate topic. That is, find a topic that will help you practice the skill you are attempting to learn. Different topics will jump out as obvious candidates for different speech projects. For example, say you're working on Project 2, Organize Your Speech. You review your list of things you've done and you see baked Irish soda bread. It should stand out as a good candidate. You might say, Irish soda bread is made from common ingredients, is easy to prepare and bake, and can be served and enjoyed in a variety of ways. That is an easy topic to organize. On the other hand, if you are working on project number 5, Your Body Speaks, that topic wouldn't provide many opportunities to practice gestures. However, if you look at your list and you see that you were chased from your campground by bears, it would be a great candidate for that project. It would give you a chance to move, make facial expressions, and gesture with your hands and arms as you tell your story. How about if you're working on project number 6, Vocal Variety? You're looking for an opportunity to speak fast and slow, shout and whisper, and pause. Do you have a topic on your speech bank that might be a good candidate for this project? Look for a topic that will generate some emotion. Well, I hope you get the idea. Now, once you've picked an appropriate topic, the next step is to narrow the topic to fit in a 4 to 7 minute speech. To do this, think of your main point. That is, what will the audience think, do, or feel when you are done speaking? Whether you're going to speak for 2 minutes or 10 hours, I believe you should be able to state the message of every speech or any communication you make in one simple sentence. Frequently, when someone tells me they have a speech ready for an upcoming meeting, I'll ask what they are speaking about. Then they'll take 2 or 3 minutes to explain it. I'll politely say, "It sounds great, but it doesn't sound like you're quite ready yet." You should whittle that explanation down from 2 or 3 minutes to 1 minute, then to 30 seconds, and finally to 1 clear sentence. Then you have it. Your message is clear. As Cato the Elder said, grasp the subject. The words will follow. What's the difference? Say your topic was digital photography. You might say, I will talk about digital photography cameras and taking pictures and editing and sharing or printing pictures. Well, that could be a speech, but here's an example of a clear point. I will inform you that the ES-125 is the best digital camera on the market because of its ease of use, professional features, huge storage capacity, and low price. That's a point. Have a point. Once you've decided on your message, create a map of your speech so you can picture it. I like to create a bubble document. To do this, start by writing your one-sentence message in the center of a piece of paper and draw a circle or bubble around it. Draw 3 lines away from your bubble and think of 3 supporting points to develop. Draw bubbles around your 3 supporting points and draw 3 lines away from each one. Think of 3 details for each supporting point. These might be examples, quotes from experts, anecdotes, or statistics. The body of your speech outline is now complete. Now there's a simple formula to make every speech memorable. First, catch the audience's attention. Then, tell them what you are going to tell them. Then, tell them. Then, tell them what you told them. And finally, tell them what you want them to think, do, or feel as a result of hearing your speech. If you use this formula, your speech will be easy to deliver and follow, and it will be more memorable. Clive James, the author, said, "I work on the assumption, or let it be the fear, that the reader will stop reading if I stop being interesting. I try to make every sentence in an essay as attractive as the first." He went on to say, "The grip, gently but firmly applied to the reader's collar in the first sentence, should drag him inexorably through to the last. Properly done, it can get him all the way from the street to the bar and back out again without his realizing that he has paid for the drinks." So, after you finish laying out the body of your speech, prepare your introduction. Locate a quote, an anecdote, a bold statement or question to catch the audience's attention and introduce the topic. After you catch the audience's attention, introduce your main point or message and preview your supporting points. Your introduction is complete. Then determine the conclusion. Decide what you want the audience to think, do, or feel. Create your conclusion by announcing in some way that you are about to finish the speech. This will get the audience's attention and give you one last chance to make your point. So do it. Review your main and supporting points and state your conclusion. If possible, you might tie your conclusion back to your introduction to put a nice loop to your speech. Your conclusion is now complete. Just fill in the details of the body of your speech, and your speech is done. Then it's time to practice. Step 3, Hour 3. Practice your speech. Do screenwriters hand the script to the actors and have the director immediately scream, "Action"? Of course not. The actors need to rehearse to bring the script to life. And you need to practice to bring your speech to life. It's only through practice that you'll be able to make eye contact, speak clearly and forcefully, and punctuate with powerful gestures. The first thing I like to do is let my speech sit for a day or two and then edit it for simplification. Great writers have said, "If I had more time, I would have written less. And in public speaking, the acronym KISS stands for Keep It Simply Stated. When a sentence is too full of words, the meaning is not clear. You must edit so the audience doesn't get lost. So make your sentences shorter and words easier to understand. Read each sentence and ask, is this really necessary? And if so, are there any 2 or 3 word phrases I can replace with one strong word? Then, read through your notes and make annotations for possible gestures and vocal variety. For gestures and vocal variety, look for emotions. If you are expressing joy, anger, sadness, or surprise, be sure you tell your voice and face. For definite gestures, look for size, shape, weight, direction, location, or number. For vocal variety, consider if there are any important words you want to emphasize. And look for any sentences you want to shout, whisper, say fast, or say slowly, or pause before or after. And finally, consider if you want to use a higher or lower pitch for any sentences, especially for characters in a story. Now, practice the speech at least 5 times. I recommend practicing right before you go to sleep. It will help you remember it. The words will dance in your head as you doze off. Then your subconscious will take over and you will wake up more familiar with your material. If possible, record the speech and listen to it, or get feedback from a family member or friend. Review the objectives in the manual and make sure you are trying to practice and learn the skill required by the speech project. Push yourself to take some risks. The Toastmasters Club is your laboratory to discover what works. The final step of your practice is to visualize success. Close your eyes and picture yourself in the room, confident and ready to deliver your speech. See yourself getting introduced and walking with purpose as the audience enthusiastically claps. Picture yourself speaking with poise and the audience smiling and nodding in agreement. And hear the thunderous applause when you conclude. Visualize success, and you'll have success. To finish our coverage of speech preparation, let's review your next speech. You have developed a speech bank and are always looking for possible topics and speech material in your experiences. You've carefully read and understand your project. You've selected an appropriate topic. You're speaking about something you know. Your message is clear. You are organized. You practiced, and you visualized your success. Let me ask this. What is there to be nervous about? As Dale Carnegie said, only the prepared speaker deserves to be confident. If you take these steps, you should be confident because you are going to do great. Now you're ready to fill the rest of your binder. Step 4, Hour 4. Prepare for meeting roles. Occasionally, an assigned meeting role player is absent. Every member should be prepared to fill in when asked. How can you be prepared to serve in every meeting role? If you fill every tab in your folder, you will be prepared for every role. For my club, that's Invocation, Word and Joke, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster, Master Evaluator, Grammarian, and Timer. Start by locating an invocation or inspirational thought and toast. Then find a word and a joke. Practice the invocation and joke. Don't just read them. Be ready to deliver them with some emotion and enthusiasm. Once you're familiar with them, you can easily refresh your memory and be prepared to deliver them when needed. Place all these items in your folder. Next, think of 8 or 10 table topic questions and include them in your folder. To prepare to serve as Master Evaluator and Toastmaster, ask your VP of Education for an outline or template for these roles. If your club doesn't have guides, create one. Start with the outline from the appendix of your Competent Communicator Manual. Then watch what your Master Evaluator and Toastmaster do during the meeting. You can then add notes to your template when you observe others do something you like during the meetings. You can also locate or create a checklist for a quality meeting to use when you're the Master Evaluator. The Master Evaluator and Toastmaster roles may appear intimidating when you're new, but once you have an outline of the steps and a checklist to evaluate the meeting, it's just a matter of developing some introductions and following your guide. The main role of the Toastmaster and Master Evaluator is to introduce the other role players and speakers. The purpose of an introduction is to make the audience anxious to hear the speaker. Why do theaters sell popcorn? To make you thirsty. Your introduction should make the audience thirsty to hear the speaker. I ask 2 simple questions to prepare an introduction. What are you speaking about? And why did you choose that? With those 2 questions, you can gather sufficient information to develop an introduction such as, Jim believes success starts with a dream. Tonight, he's going to tell us how to turn our dreams into reality. Then all you need to do is add the speech objectives and the speech title, and your speech introduction is done. 2 roles I haven't mentioned yet are Timer and Grammarian. You should be able to perform these functions without a script. But if you're new, you can make a note to help you remember the details. And remember, we are trying to learn how to speak. So don't give your report like you're reading a grocery list. Create a brief opening, provide the details, and end with a thoughtful conclusion. The final step to prepare for meeting roles is to become familiar with your Competent Leader Manual. You can earn credit towards your Competent Leader Award simply by serving in meeting roles. To earn credit for most projects, including all the tasks in projects 1 through 5, 7 and 8, you need to demonstrate a leadership skill like listening, planning, or providing feedback as you play meeting roles like timer, Toastmaster, or evaluator. For Project 9, you will need to mentor a new member through their first 3 speeches. For Project 6 and 10, you will need to help with other club tasks like contests, social events, and membership building. I recommend every time you volunteer for a meeting role, you check to see if you can earn credit toward one of the leadership projects. You don't have to complete the leadership projects in order. Then, read the project and learn what skill you are to focus on as you complete the role. Then, request an evaluator and give them your manual before the meeting. Then demonstrate the leadership skill as you serve in the meeting role. You can highlight or check off the tasks as you complete them. Now you're ready for Step 5. Become familiar with available resources. Step 5, Hour 5. Become familiar with available resources. As a member of Toastmasters, you have access to a variety of educational materials, but it's up to you to use them. Read your communication, leadership, and supplemental manuals, including the appendices. There is a lot of information in the back of your manuals that will be helpful now, rather than when you finish your last project and see it. Your membership also allows you to buy resources from Toastmasters. You can browse these items on the internet at toastmasters.org or ask the treasurer for the supply catalog at any meeting. Look at the reference section and you'll find books and videos on every possible subject you might want to learn more about. You'll also find educational articles and videos on Toastmasters' website. You should also check out the district and club websites to stay informed. My club's website has many resources available for its members to download. Your club may have additional resources too. Ask your sergeant-at-arms if your club has a library of reference material you can borrow from between meetings. Finally, ask for a mentor. Experienced members will be glad to help guide you by sharing what they've learned. That's it. About 5 hours preparation will ensure you are ready to take full advantage of every speaking and leading opportunity. Then, you'll be ready to sign up for assignments you'd like to try or volunteer when an assigned role player is absent. As soon as you use some of your material or give a speech, get to work and replace it immediately so you'll be ready for everything at the next meeting. Let me conclude by seeing if you remember the simple wisdom of Ben Franklin's words. I'll start, you finish. Do nothing, and nothing happens. When you come to the Toastmasters gym for communication and leadership skills, make sure you are all business, have a plan, participate in everything, push yourself to the limit, and record your progress. You can create a member achievement record by making a grid that has meeting dates across the top and every possible role you can play or event you can attend down the side. If you want to be successful, you should try to place as many X's as you can on this grid each year. Get organized. Create a speech bank. Prepare to speak. Prepare to play meeting roles. Get familiar with available resources. Earn credit towards your CC or CL at every meeting. And replace any material as soon as you use it. Prepare, participate, push yourself, and succeed. Follow these steps, and not only will you quickly earn your Competent Communicator and Competent Leader awards, you will dramatically improve your communication and leadership skills. You will set yourself up to succeed in Toastmasters and in life. You'll do something, and something great will happen. If you have any questions, would like to offer feedback on this video, or would like to receive notes and other resources for this presentation, please contact me